Namaste, my beautiful beings of light. Once again, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody is having a beautiful day. Today's beautiful outside. I may say so myself. Always staying the light. Okay. I haven't been here for a couple of days. So for those who don't know me, my name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being. And I am an ancient old soul. I'm here to help raise the consciousness of the collective and our planet. I'm here to bring the dark into light. And I am here as spirit, as a guidance to the collective. I'm not here to harm or hurt anybody. I'm not here to do any hoodoo, voodoo, whatever these people do, or have been doing for the longest. That's not it's not my mission. My mission is to bring light to where there's darkness and to ha- have compassion, understanding, love. Also do my own personal healing as well. Because in this journey, we learn from one another. We don't hurt one another. Hold on one second. I'm going to charge my phone. Make sure. Okay. Okay. Make sure it is being charged. Make sure I am being seen. Making sure it's beautiful. Anyway, I am here. Welcome. I am very thankful and grateful. Um, Things I've been experiencing in my life, which is very spiritual. Um, I'm very thankful. I will speak about it because I wrote things here in my book to bring it to you. And I also want to continue to read the four agreements because I think it's very important that we as the divine beings have, or even humans, we need to be aware of the agreements that we are making in our lives, the connections that we are um, making with other people, the messages we are communicating outside to the world and to other people. We have to be very mindful of the energy that we are using and how it's being displayed in our lives, so that way it doesn't have an effect on us. We have to make sure that the message that the communication that we are sending is coming from a space of understanding, of guidance, of love, of peace, of joy, constructive criticism. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of constructive criticism. People could say something about a work that you're doing at work, and your manager comes and tells you something. Sometimes people take it very offensive. Let's be very mindful of how we take the energy in. They don't want me to come up here and tell you the message, but I'm coming. I am gonna let you know anyway, cause ain't nobody gonna stop me. Ain't no stopping us now. I broke one of my phones, the other phone. I broke it. And I thought I had another one, but it's not taking in my SIM card. Maybe I need to activate the phone for the SIM card to activate. I don't know. If you know about technology, because I know you guys know about technology, please let me know. Will my SIM card transfer the information from my old phone, my SIM card that I'm using from my old phone into an old phone that I have. You guys know, so please let me know. Anyway, let's see. Um, okay, I'm 927. This is what I'm gonna start it with. 927. This message is not for everyone, okay? And what I went through, it's me. I speak from my experience, and I know the attacks that has been sent on me. So, and whatever attack has been sent on me, I'm still here. And I will continue to be here, okay? There's no weapon formed against me that will ever prosper. First and foremost, I am highly protected. Second, I know and I do not agree to no dark entities coming into my energy. I don't allow that to happen. Okay, I'm thankful for it, but I will not entertain it. So on 924, someone sent a spiritual attack that I fall and break my leg. 414 and 430 are very significant. When I went, I ended up I went to the hospital. I fell down. I hurt my leg, not to the point where I broke it, but I hurt myself. I hurt. When you fall down, you hurt certain parts of your body. You feel after days gone by, you feel something that is not right within your body. But I always breathe through my pain. I do not. I do not try to escalate it. I try to maintain it. But 414 is very significant because when I went to the ER, when I was taken by ambulance to the ER, a lady birthday was 414. So whoever threw this attack, their birthday was 414. And then I ended up next to a room of 430. And I had that 430 in my dream. Remember, there was a woman that was murking people, and 430 was a number that 430, 434 was very significant. It says here, I remember 434 next to 430. This was the last dream the last vision that I had, where a woman was trying to attack somebody. So this attack was sent out on me spiritually. um, and these numbers were numbers that I heard in the emergency room. So they may be very significant, and I know who sent the attacks. It didn't work, so I'm still here. My leg is very much intact. Thank you very much. Okay, so whatever you did not work. When I was in the hospital, there was a patient being triaged at the same time I was. We both came in an ambulance. This patient was complaining of chest pain. So this person, 414, may be experiencing chest pain. And I'm just gonna let you know, you have asthma. There are certain ailments that this person has as well. That I don't know why you're doing all this dark thing. It's not good, okay? Um, Even stomach problems, okay? The spell that was sent out to attack me was blocked by my father, my archangels of all four corners of the earth, and my ancestors. They really are trying to end my life. They really are trying to end my life. They're really trying to put an end to my life because I know all your secrets. But you're not in control of God's of what God's people. You have no power. I know the moment that this attack, this accident. I know the moment I had this accident that I was spiritually attacked. And I will always rebuke all demonic spiritual attacks against me, my family, and all of God's children to the blood of Christ and transmute the energies to the light. It was confirmed to me by my God who did this. I'm not I'm not I'm not able to prove it in the 3D because this is spiritual myself, but has it been proven? It's been proven to me in the spiritual realm. I was taking X-rays done. I had taken X-rays. I don't know, when I write, it's just so weird. And I was not given a cover. You know when you're given a cover when to do X-rays and they cover your chest so that way radiation does is not as high. Well, I wasn't given no cover. I was just taking an X-ray. Like they didn't ask me if I was pregnant. They didn't do anything. They just put me under the X-ray without. It was very I don't know, unprofessional. I felt, and since my name has been on a list, people know how to treat spiritualists, spiritual. They don't treat us very kindly. I know when I fell in this place, when I asked them to call the ambulance, they denied and they said they wasn't able to call, that I was the one that's supposed to call. And this is a franchise, okay? But anyway, I'm going to continue. I was taking x-rays again. Okay, I was not treated well at the place where I fell. And I injured and injured myself. They refused to call an ambulance for me. I was guided to do a reading. Okay, I did do a reading on myself using letters of the alphabet. I got someone with the letter E who wanted to break my leg, especially my left leg, which was where I had the clotting of the blood, in which I almost died because of the pulmonary embolism. But God has a better plan for me. I also got a group of people have been doing jar spells, graveyard spells, magic spells, broken leg magic spells. They try to get me into lower level energy so that way they can attack me more. It is not working. It will never work. I keep getting, there is a Leo who is involved. There may be a female with red or blonde hair. I got someone with somebody will break their leg. The x-ray is, they're going to be needing x-rays as well. Also got that YSL is a gang. Spirit said YSL is a gang. Okay. I got murking. Murking has been committed by several groups of gangs, elites, governor officials. Someone's name could be Gail, Greg, Earl. Someone's rent is also due. You need to pay your rent. You wanted whoever needs to pay their rent, wanted somebody to be out in the streets. Everything that is being done is being mirrored back. And they broke spiritual realms. They broke spiritual realms. Okay. Someone's rent is due and they are, oh, and Someone's rent is due and they are broke. Spiritual realms are watching these demonic entities and are blocking all of them from spiritual attacks. My ancestors are very powerful and they are also watching. The energy they sent out, God is blocking from divine beings. Your force is not more powerful. This is what Spirit is saying. Your force is not more powerful than God's force. Remember, he or she is your creator. Georgia is very significant. Someone's name is Ray. Someone is a rat. They are going to get caught in a trap. They are experiencing more storms in their lives. Real earth storms and spiritual storms are happening in these people's lives. And I don't know if you've been watching the media, there's a lot that is happening, and people's secrets are being exposed. And more and more and more of these people's secrets will continue to be exposed. Their evil acts is being manifested in their own lives. Someone's name is Tom, Tommy, Roy, Rick Ross, Tori. Multiple sclerosis could be very significant. Someone has it or will be diagnosed with this. Young Jeezy is very significant. Someone named Troy. Something gruesome will be found, or somebody's body will be found. Something that the military is involved has to do with animals, humans, and water creatures. These are all military forces, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Forces partaking on injustice of humanity on earth, the waters, and the air. The name Rose is very significant. I am getting Prince William having an affair with Rose. I'm getting Kay needs to be very careful. There has been so much betrayal in this royal family. This family is cursed because of their evil doings, past and present. I am getting a lot of people of leaderships are being investigated. They are being watched, followed, wiretapped, recorded, and stalked, just like they tried to do to God's messengers and his children. All who have committed crimes with humanity will fall from grace. If you haven't repented and had spoken the truth, you are being judged in the spiritual realm and it will be manifested on the earth. Many hearts are heavier than the feather. This is the law of Mayat. My ancestors of Egyptian royal ancestors, whom gold, whose gold, land, treasures, tombs were used to do wicked and have stolen their belongings, their spirits are awakened. They are present at this time, watching every evil act that has been cast on their bloodline. The Black Madonna and her baby have been used to get away with several evil acts, and she is not a negative energy. Whoever used divine deities of the past against God's children has cursed their entire bloodline. No evil act will be glorified in the kingdom of heaven. All who have bowed down, worship false gods, you was warned, given so many chances to turn from your wicked ways. You sold your souls for riches, fame, and stability, when only God can give you the kingdom of heaven here on earth first. Isaiah 24:11. There is an outcry in the streets For lack of wine, all joy has grown dark. Their gladness on earth is banished. Everything you guys were happy about, all those who were drinking and partying and having fun and doing and sacrificing people, and I got it all. I'm rocking. I'm rocking. Didn't forgot that God was watching you. You were supposed to have repented. Now everything that you have gained is being taken away. Isaiah 25, 2 to 5. For you have made a city of heat, the glorified city a ruin. The foreigner's palace is a city no more. It will never be built. Therefore, strong people will glorify you. For you have been a stronghold to the poor, a stronghold to the needy in his distress, a shelter from the storm, and a shade from the heat. For the breath of the ruthless is like a storm against a wall, like heat in a dry place. You subdued the noise of the foreigners, as heat by shade of cloud. So the song of the ruthless is put down. The cup of the Lord's wrath. Those who glorify, those who oppress God's children, those who are in leaders, in any kind of leadership, and it could be in a job. You was a supervisor. You oppressed your workers. You was an owner of a business. You charged more for things than what it was worth. Those who work with the elites, the bank owners of all travel around the world, made WAR, okay, against other countries to benefit, who built properties for elites and didn't think about the homeless, didn't think about the hungry. Those are God's children, whether you know it or not. Those are God's true children. Those who are walking around in despair, not knowing where their next meal is going to come from. This is a mental game that has been taken, that has been done on humanity. But God saw your evil things. God is exposing all of you. From the person who watched it, from the person who gained money from it, from the person who was in leadership. You was a lawyer, you was a judge, you was a police officer, you were an ambulance man, whoever you was. That didn't help. The cup of the Lord's wrath, Jeremiah 25:15. Thus the Lord, the God of Israel, said to me, take from my hand this cup of wine of wrath, and make all the nations to whom I send you drink it. They shall drink it and stagger, and be crazed because of the sword that I am sending among them. You, therefore, shall prophesy against them all of these words and say to them, this is Jeremiah 25:30. You, therefore, shall prophesy against them all these words, and say to them, the Lord will roar from on high, and from his holy habitation utter his voice. He will roar mightily against his foe and shout like those who tread grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. For the Lord has an indictment against the nations. He is entering into judgment with all flesh and the wicked. He will put to the sword, declares the Lord. He has, and God has an indictment against the nations. This has happened all over the world, okay? The nation is under, the whole world is under God's judgment. Some of you are experiencing floods in your community, some of the storms, some of them are becoming homeless. See, a time to repent, turn back to the Most High God. Let go of your evil ways. Put down the ego that put it down. This is a mind control type of energy, a parasite that has been put on God's children. I also had a dream with a certain person, and I'm going to say her name, and I was given, this dream was from vision. It's ancient. It was from Celtics, the Celtics, Druids. They showed me weapons, different weapons that they used. There was weapons of metal, weapons of iron, and even weapons made of rocks, very sharp objects. I also saw arrows. I believe I was in an area where women were very powerful warriors. I believe this person was a dark witch and was hunting light witches. There were several women of all races and cultures. Spiritually, divine beings, men and women, have been spiritually attacked in many ways. Remember to protect yourself, protect your energy. Do not entertain these entities. Remember that you are covered by the blood of Christ. Remember that you have to forgive those who have hurt you. Because if you don't, then you still have this attachment to these parasites. These are bloodsuckers. These are vampires. These are negative, dark energies that we have within ourselves, and we are needing to release. Marked the beginning of the gospel, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet, "Behold, I send my messengers before your face. You will prepare, who will prepare your way. The voice of one carrying in the wilderness. Prepare the way of the Lord. Make his path straight." God sent his messengers to give these messages to the collective. It is up to you whether you receive it and accept it or not. It's up to you. Don't ever blame people for your life, your choices, the things that you have made, because, and if you see that your life is not going the way it is, it's because you made the choice. You really did make the choice. And you accept it. Certain agreements in your life. Remember, there are 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the words to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your words in the direction of truth and love. Secondly, don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. With just one agreement, you can completely transform your life. And last is always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, abuse, and regret. And this book is by, again, Don Miguel Ruiz. This is a wisdom book. A Toltec of the Four Agreements. I encourage everyone to buy it. It's not, I'm not promoting, but I really, I really love this book. It really speaks volumes. I stopped at page 100 the last time, and I'm going to continue. And this is a white feather that I found. When we talk about the Toltec path to freedom, we find that they have an entire map of breaking free of domestication. They compare the judge, the victim, and the belief system to a parasite. I found this very interesting. A parasite that invades the human mind. From the Toltec point of view, all humans are domesticated, are sick. They are sick because there is a parasite that controls the mind. Listen, really listen to this. The food for the parasite is the negative emotions that come from fear. If we look at the description of a parasite, we find that parasite is a living being who lives off of other living beings, sucking their energy without any useful contribution in return and hurting their host little by little. The judge, the victim, and the belief system fit this description very well. Together, they comprise a living being made of psychic or emotional energy. And that energy is alive. Of course, it is not material energy, but neither are emotion material energy. Our dreams are not material energy either, but we know they exist. One function of the brain is to transform material energy into emotional energy. Our brain is the factory of emotions. And we have said that the main function of the mind is to dream. The Toltecs believe that the parasite, the judge, the victim, and the belief system has control of your mind. It controls your personal dream. The parasite dreams through your mind and lives its life through your body. It survives on the emotions that come from fear and thrives on drama and suffering. The freedom we seek is to use our own minds and body to live our own life instead of the life of the belief system. That's why we need to really take control. We are creators. You create your own reality. You create your own drama. You create your own chaos because your emotions are not intact. The freedom we seek is to use our mind and body to live our own life instead of one choice is to continue to live the way we are, or to surrender to the judge and the victim to keep living in the dream of the planet. The second choice is to do what we do as children when parents try to domesticate us. We can rebel and say no. We can declare WAR against the parasite, a WAR against the judge and the victim, a WAR for our independence, a WAR for the right to use our own mind and our own brain. Have control of your emotions. Take control of your own mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. Why allow people to take you to a space where it's really taking up a lot of energy and making you sick? That is why in all shamanic traditions in America, from Canada to Argentina, people call themselves warriors because they are in a WAR against the parasite in their mind. That is the real meaning of a warrior. The warrior is one who rebels against the invasion of the parasite. The warrior rebels and declares a WAR. But to be a warrior doesn't mean we always win the WAR. We may win or we may lose, but we always do our best, and at least we have a chance to be free again. Choosing this path gives us the very least the dignity of rebellion and ensures that we will not be the helpless victims of our own whimsical emotions or the poisonous emotions of others. Even if we succumb to the enemy, the parasite will not be among those victims who will not fight back. At best, being a warrior gives us the opportunity to transcend the dream of the planet and to change our personal dream to a dream that we call heaven. It's so much better to live in peace. I cannot tell you I sleep very well at night. I cannot tell you that I once I awakened to the truth and started doing my healing and release all these parasites out of my being, out of my soul, out of my spirit, and learn how to balance the dark and the light and do not let any dark entities into my world to affect me to the point I live in I speak for myself. I'm very peaceful, very kind, very loving, no hatred. I don't bring that into my world. Just like hell Heaven is a place that exists within our own mind. It's your mind. It's how you live, how you react, how you think. What are you thinking? That's the mind is very powerful. And whatever you think, you're manifesting that energy into your own life. You're not affecting me. Whatever these dark forces are doing is not affecting divine beings because we know our power. It is a place of joy, a place where we are happy, where we are free to love and to be who we really are. Always, I remember worrying about how people would perceive me. What would my partner think if I didn't know how to cook, or I didn't know how to clean, or I didn't know how to take care of things in the home? I used to fake it to me. I was like always wanting to fake something to somebody to make them happy. And what about me? Pleasuring somebody else and not pleasuring myself. Neglecting my own feelings, neglecting who I truly wanted to be, a free spirit, no ties to nothing or nobody, being able to come and go as I please. But in a relationship, be very respectful to one another. I wanted a relationship to be respectful and open-minded. But people don't see things in that order. It's because the parasite is eating up their minds. Take control of yourself. Take control of your emotions. Do not let these entities come into your world and disturb your peace. In order to do that, you have to remove yourself. Don't have these people come into your world from a distance. Hi, bye. I can't be very honest with them. I cannot be your friend because you're not at my level. Somebody who is not at your level, who don't want the best for you, you don't want to associate with the people like that. People who are still need healing. Don't believe in Jesus. Don't believe in God. Do not read. No judgment on anybody. But know who your peoples are, your soul tribe. We can reach heaven while we are alive. We don't have to wait until we die. God is always present, and the kingdom of heaven is everywhere. But first, we need to have the eyes and the ears to see and hear the truth. We need to be free of the parasite. The parasite can be compared to a monster with 1,000 heads. Every head of paradise, every head of the parasite is one of the fears that we have. If we want to be free, we have to destroy the parasite. One solution is to attack the parasite head by head, facing your shadows. Facing that parasite without fear, voicing who you are, voicing that you will not be controlled, voicing the things that they have done to you from a space of love. Which means we face each of our fears one by one. One by one, you face your fears. You face your attacker or your partner who has hurt you. I no longer want to be with you anymore. This is not working out. I am moving out of this relationship. I need to heal myself. Maybe you need to do the same. There's ways of talking to people. There's ways of addressing, not with hatred, not with anger, with it's very slow. This process is very slow. I can tell you, this process is very slow. It's not fast. This is a slow process, but it works. Every time we face one of the fears, we are a little more free. I remember when God had told me to speak about the narcissistic relationships that I had to endure in my life publicly. I was a little scared. I'm like, why should I be scared? That person is just as human as me, but there's God who has the protection. We have the protection of God. We have to know the power we have. You have to know who's in control. I had to confront every person who has betrayed me. I've spoken about this on my YouTube channel. I have spoken about every person that God has shown me in my visions who were my oppositions, who wasn't really my friends, who wasn't really there for me, who really didn't care for me during the time when I was in my deathbed. I had to take care of myself. Had surgery and nobody came to visit me. Only one person in my leg. Nobody said, Jeanette, do you need my help? But I went out my way to see people, to connect with them. But there was no, but I had to understand. God had to show me the people that were not for me. And I had to learn how to heal each and every fear that I had in my life. I had to confront it, and confront it with love. A second approach to stop feeding the parasite. If the parasite any food, we kill the parasite by starvation. To do this, we have to gain control of our emotions. We have to refrain from fueling emotions that comes from fear. This is easy. This is easy to say, but it's very difficult to do. It's very difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. It's very difficult. It is difficult because the judge and the victim control our mind. Remember, the judge and the victim controls your mind. You have to let go of the judgment. You have to let go of the victim mentality. The third solution is called the initiation of the dead. The initiation of the dead is found in many traditions, the esoteric schools around traditions and esoteric schools around the world. This is a symbolic death which kills the parasite without harming our physical body. When we die, symbolically it has to die, meaning we have to shed our old skin, our old self, to rebirth our new self. Oh, this is Christ. This is the Christ. This is higher level of consciousness. This is faster than the two solutions, but it's even more difficult to do. We need a great deal of courage to face the angel of death. We need to be strong, very strong. Let's take a closer look at each of these solutions. The art of transformation, the dream of the second attention, We have learned that the dream you are living now is the result of the outside dream hooking your attention and feeding you all of your beliefs. The process of domestication can be called the dream of the first attention because it is how your attention was used for the first time to create the first dream of your life. I'm getting hot. 1 second. Hot. One way to change your belief is to focus your attention on all those agreements and beliefs and change the agreements within yourself. In doing this, you are using your attention for the first time, thus creating the dream of the second attention or the new dream. The difference is that you are no longer innocent. When you were a child, this was not true. You didn't have a choice, but you are no longer a child. Now it's up to you to choose what to believe and what not to believe. You can choose to believe in anything that includes believing yourself. You can believe whatever you want to believe. You have the choice. You're agreeing to certain things. You are an adult now. You have choices. Are you consenting to evilness, or are you consenting to clean your soul, your spirit, to live heaven on earth? The first step is to become aware of the fog that is in your mind. You must become aware that you are dreaming all the time. Only with awareness do you have the possibility of transforming your dreams. You have to be in the here and now. You have the here and now. The past is the past. The future is still not here. The present is where you need to be at this moment. Only with awareness do you have the possibility of transforming your dreams. If you have the awareness that the whole drama of your life is the result of what you believe and what you believe is not real, then you can begin to change it. However, to really change your beliefs, you need to focus your attention on what it is you want to change. What is it that you want to change? You have to know which agreement you want to change before you can change them. So the step is to develop awareness of all the self-limiting, fear-based beliefs that make you unhappy. Take an inventory of all that you believe, all your agreements that you have made with relationships, to places, to things, to systems. And through this process, you begin your transformation. The Tolkien called this the art of transformation, and it's a whole mastery. You achieve the mastery of transformation by changing the fear-based agreements that make you suffer and reprogramming your own mind in your own way. Reprogramming your own mind by saying beautiful, positive things about yourself. I am beautiful, I am happy, I am successful, I am joy, I am love, I am not this self-limiting belief, mind control program that has been implanted in our DNA for thousands of years. It is time to grow up and take control of your own life and stop making excuses for yourself and blaming others for your actions. Every person who who blames others has to take responsibilities of the part that they partook in the event of your life or their lives. We have to grow up and stop blaming other people for the choices and the agreements you make in your own life. The Toltecs call this the art of transformation, and it's a whole mastery. Okay. The decision to adopt the four agreements is a declaration of war to regain your freedom for the parasite. The four agreements offer the possibility of ending the emotional pain, which can open the door for you to enjoy your life and begin a new dream. It is up to you to explore the possibilities of your dream if you are interested. Only if you are interested. Nobody's pushing anything on anyone. Nobody's saying you must do this, you must do that, you must. That, you have a choice. What are they saying? Okay. The four agreements were created to assist you in the art of transformation, to help you break the limiting agreements, gain more personal power, and become stronger. The way I did it, I didn't do it this way. I did it through one chakra at a time. Um, my life forces, healing. There was a lot of work that I did throughout my healing process, and I worked with my chakras. And I work with my root chakra, which is always the dark things that I agreed to, and I had to release. Going to the core of those agreements is what I am going. What is called What going to the core of those agreements is what I call going into the desert. When you go into the desert, your demons face to face. After coming out of the desert, all those demons become angels. Practicing the four agreements is a big act of power. Breaking the spell of black magic in your mind requires great personal power. You start by breaking agreements that are very small and requires less power. As those small agreements are broken, your personal power will increase until you reach a point when you can finally face the big demons in your mind. For example, the little girl who was told not to sing is now 20 years old and she still does not sing. One way she can overcome the belief that her voice is ugly is to say, okay, I will try. Even if I do sing badly, then she can pretend that someone is clapping and, oh, that was beautiful. This may break the agreement of a tiny bit, but it will still be there. However, now she has a little more power and courage to try again until finally she breaks the agreement. It's a it's a process. Little by little, you start. And I remember when I had to come on and just explain to the everything that it was a process. So God was guiding me to speak my truth, be who I am. Don't be afraid. Share who I am. Be open to whatever the possibilities were. That's the choice that I made. That's the agreement I made with God. With God, the Most High God. Jesus, my Savior, who has saved me. That's one way of the dream of hell. But for every agreement you break that makes you suffer, you will need to replace it with a new agreement that makes you happy. This will keep the old agreement from coming back. Remember, we always have to replace the old negative agreement with a new positive agreement. If you occupy the same space with a new agreement, then the old agreement is gone forever and its place is the new agreement. It's just so funny how energy works. And I remember, um, especially when my brother passed away, my emotions were very intact. I was not out of control. I lost my brother, and I know in my heart I will miss him forever. But I was not in a state where I was boo-hooing all the time and out of control. My emotions were very much intact, and I'm very thankful, and that's part of my healing. There are many strong beliefs in the mind that can make this process look hopeless. This is why you need to go step by step and be patient with yourself, because this is a slow process. The way you are living now is the result of many years of domestication. You cannot expect to break the domestication in one day. Breaking agreements is very difficult. I didn't know I didn't know I was going through this journey of breaking spells or breaking. I didn't, to be honest, I had no idea. All I believed that I was trying to heal myself and turn my life and be better than what it was, because my life was not, it was not the same. It was like I would reach a point in my life, and I thought I was, and it was just like back again to the same thing. I was like, something gotta give. Something gotta give. Get tired of doing the same thing over and getting the same results. I had to change and heal, because we put the power of the word, which is the power of our will, into every agreement we have made. We need the same amount of power to change an agreement. We cannot change an agreement with less power we used to make the agreement. And almost all our personal power is invested in keeping the agreement we have with ourselves. That's because our agreements are actually like a strong addiction. We are addicted to being the way we are. We are addicted to anger, jealousy, and self-pity. We are addicted to beliefs that tell us I'm not good enough. I'm not intelligent enough. Why even try? Other people will do it because they're better than me. I got people, my child father, who used to say, "You're not a good mother. You're the worst mother I ever met." That's something that it really was hurtful at the time, but these are things that people use to manipulate your mind, to control your mind, the parasite, and you make the agreement and say, you know what? Maybe I am this person. Maybe I am that person. Maybe I'm not good. No, you are good enough. No, you are good mother. Yes, you are. We all have to heal. We have not been taught the right way. All of these old agreements which rule our dreams of life are the result of repeating them over and over again. Therefore, to adopt the four agreements, you need to put repetition into action. Practicing the new agreement in your life is how your best becomes better. Repetitions makes the master. You master yourself. Once you master yourself, you master your mind, you control your emotions, you control what is above what I tell you. You live heaven on earth, and whatever's going on outside, it does not affect you. Yes, you see it. Yes, you feel the remnant of it. Yes, you are, if you are in your power and you are of light and you know that this is happening, you say no weapon formed. Listen, you will not bring this energy into your field. You will not bring it into your life. Remember, you will take on a person of dark karma as well. Be very careful of the people that you surround yourself with. The discipline of the warrior, controlling your own behavior. Imagine that you awake early one morning, overflowing with enthusiasm for the day. You feel good. You are happy and have plenty of energy to face the day. Then at breakfast, you have a big fight with your spouse, and a flood of emotions comes out. You get mad, and in the emotion of anger, you spent a lot of personal power. After the fight, you feel drained, and you just want to go and cry. In fact, you feel so tired that you go into your room and collapse and try to recover. It takes so much energy to be like, it's like, thank you, Father. I don't no longer. Thank you for. I healed myself from that because it was. I also experienced it. Every day we awake with a certain amount of mental, emotional, and physical energy that we spend throughout the day. If we allow our emotions to deplete our energy, we have no energy to change our lives or to give to others. The way you see the world will depend upon the emotions you are feeling. When you are angry, everything around you is wrong, nothing is right. You blame everything, including the weather, whether it's raining or the sun is shining. Nothing pleases you. Have you ever been around a person like that? They're like just plain old miserable. It's like smell the smell life, smell the trees, smell the flowers. There's beauty all around, regardless. When you are sad, everything around you is sad and makes you cry. You see, so you manifest all this energy into your life. You see the trees and you feel sad. You see the rain and everything looks so sad. Perhaps you feel vulnerable and have a need to protect yourself because you don't know in what moment someone will attack you. You don't trust anything or anyone around you. This is because you see the world within the eyes of fear. Imagine that the human mind is the same as your skin. You can touch healthy skin and it feels wonderful. Your skin is made of perception, and the sensation of touch is wonderful. Now imagine you have an injury and the skin gets cut and infected. If you touch the infected skin, it's going to hurt. So you try to cover and protect the skin. You will not enjoy being touched because it hurts. Now imagine that all humans have this skin disease. Nobody can touch each other because it's going to hurt. Everyone has wounds on their skin. So the infection is seen as normal. The pain is also considered normal. And we believe we are supposed to be that way. Can you imagine how we would behave with each other if all the humans in the world had this skin disease? Of course, we would hardly ever hug each other because it would be so painful. So we need to create a lot of distance between us. The human mind is like the description of infected skin. Every human has an emotional body completely covered with infected wounds. Each wound is infected with emotional poison, the poison of the emotions that makes us suffer, such as hate, anger, envy, and sadness. An action of injustice opens a wound in the mind and react with emotional poison, because the concept and belief we have about injustice and what is fair. The mind is so wounded and full of poison by the process of domestication that everyone describes the wounded mind as normal. This is considered normal, but I can tell you it's not normal. Wow. I don't know. How long do I have? We have a dysfunctional dream of the planet. As humans are mentally sick with diseases called fear, the symptoms of the disease are also emotions that make humans suffer: anger, hate, sadness, envy, and betrayal. When the fear is too great, the reasoning's mind begins to fail, and we call this mental illness. Psychotic behaviors occurs when the mind is so frightened and the wounds so painful that it seems better to break contact with the outside world. If we can see our state of mind as a disease, we find there is a cure. We don't have to suffer any longer. First, we need the truth to open the emotional wounds, take the poison out, and heal the wound completely. How do we do this? We must forgive those we feel have wronged us. I keep saying it. It's forgiveness, forgiveness. Forgive those who have hurt you. Stop dragging that poison within your body and bringing out all those negative emotions, the suffering, the anger, the hate, the sadness, the betrayal. Remember love. Remember, love depletes all negative energy. Love. Love for our brothers and sisters. No matter the color, no matter the race, no matter the religion, no matter the culture. It doesn't matter. We are all one. We are all God's children. We must forgive those we feel have wronged us. Not because they deserve to be forgiven, but because we love ourselves so much. We don't want to keep paying for their injustice. Forgiveness is the way to heal. We can choose to forgive because we feel compassion for ourselves. We can let go of this resentment and declare, that's enough. Enough is enough. Let it go. Enough. I got to the point where I say, I can't. It's enough. I, where does it end? I will no longer be the big judge that goes against myself. I will no longer beat myself up and abuse myself. I will no longer be the victim. First, we need to forgive our parents. And I remember I had to write a letter of forgiveness for all those who have hurt me, even if they wasn't here. I needed to write that letter to my mom, to my dad, to my sister, to whoever have hurt me. I had to write that letter in order to start my healing process. You will know you have forgiven. Okay, wait. First, we need to forgive our parents and our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and God. Never forget God. Because we always blame God for everything. God, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this situation. God, if my son wasn't in that place, he wouldn't have got. No, it's not God's fault. No. Once you forgive God, you can finally forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, the self-rejection in your mind is over. Self-acceptance begins, and the self-love will grow so strong that you will finally accept yourself just the way you are. That's the beginning of the free human. Forgiveness is the key. You will know you have forgiven someone when you see them and you no longer have an emotional reaction. I tell you, anybody could do whatever they listen. As long as they're not touching me, you could say whatever you want to say. But if you're not touching me, you're not getting. That's a different story. But you're not coming into my. You're just saying things. Listen, that doesn't even bother me. It doesn't faze me. Whatever you say, it doesn't. I know who I am. I know I stand in my power, and nothing will take me out of my space of love and forgiveness for my brothers and sisters, because for they not know what they do. You will know you have forgiven someone when you see them and you no longer have an emotional reaction. You will hear the name of the person and you will have no emotional reaction. When someone can touch what used to be a wound, it will no longer hurt you. Then you know you are truly forgiven. The truth is like a scalpel. The truth is painful because it opens all the wounds which are covered by lies so that we can be healed. These lies are what we call the denial system. It is a good thing we have the denial system because it allows us to recover our wounds and still function. But once we no longer have any wounds or any poison, we don't need to lie anymore. We don't need the denial system because a healthy mind, like healthy skin, can be touched without hurting. Healthy, 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 healthy. It is pleasurable for the mind to be touched when it is clean. The problem with most people is that they lose control of their emotions. It is the emotions that control the behavior of the human, not the human who controls the emotions. When we lose control, we say things that we don't want to say and do things that we don't want to do. That is why it is so important to be impeccable with our words and to become a spiritual warrior. We must learn to control the emotions so we have enough personal power to change our fear-based agreement, escape from the hell, and create our own personal heaven. It's such a good place to be. Your own personal heaven. It's such a beautiful, I can't tell you. I can't even, it's so peaceful, so loving, so caring, so compassionate. How are we to become a warrior? There are certain characteristics of warriors that are nearly the same around the world. The warrior has an awareness. That's very important. We are aware that we are at WAR, and the WAR is in our minds, requires discipline. Not the discipline of a soldier, but the discipline of a warrior. Not the discipline from outside to tell us what to do and not to do, but the discipline to be ourselves no matter what. No matter what, be yourself in any environment. The warrior has control. Not control over other humans, but control over one's own emotions. Control over one's own self. It is when we lose control that we repress the emotions, not when we are in control. The big difference between a warrior and a victim is that the victim represses and the warrior refrains. Victim repress because they are afraid of. They're afraid to show the emotions, afraid to say what they want to say. To reframe is not the same as repression. To reframe is to hold the emotions and to express them in the right moment, not before or later. That is why warriors are impeccable. They have complete control of their own emotions, therefore, own behaviors. That's why a true warrior will never attack. Because they are in full control of their emotions. They are aware of the attacks that is being sent on them, and they refrain from these attacks, and they are open to speaking to them when the time is guided to speak about it. And not from a space of anger, hate, or envy, from a space of love and forgiveness. The initiation of the dead embraces the angels of death. The final way to obtain personal freedom is to prepare ourselves for the initiation of the dead, to take death itself as our teacher. What the angel of death can teach us is how to be truly alive. We become aware we can die at any moment. We have just the present to be alive. The truth is that we don't know if we are going to die tomorrow. Who knows? We have the idea that we have many years in the future, but do we? If we go to the hospital and the doctor tells us we have 1 week to live, what are you going to do? As we have said before, you have two choices. I always said you had two choices. Always said that. There's two choices. One is to suffer because we are going to die and to tell everyone, poor me, I am going to die, and really create a huge drama. The other choice is to use every moment to be happy, to do what we really enjoy doing. We only have 1 week to live. Let's enjoy life. Let's be alive. We can say, I'm going to be by myself. No longer am I going to run my life trying to please other people. No longer I'm going to be afraid to do what they think about me. No longer am I going to be afraid of what they think about me. What do I care what others think if I am going to die in 1 week? I am going to be myself. The angel of death can teach us how to live every day as if it was the last day of our lives, as if as if they may be no tomorrow. That's so interesting, because when I saw my son pass, and then I developed a pulmonary embolism. I felt like um, I just wanted to live. Just wanted to live. I didn't want to, just wanted to live and be happy. We can begin each day by saying, I am awake. I see the sun. I am going to give my gratitude to the sun and to everything and everyone because I am still alive. Every morning I say, thank you, Father. Thank you, thank you. Every night I say, thank you, Father. Before I lay down, be very grateful. For every day is a gift that is given by the Most High God. Your life is a gift. Stop the fighting. Stop the anger. Stop the envy. Stop the magic. Stop all injustice. Enjoy your life. Be thankful. Stop being so selfish. Nobody's out here attacking you. You are attacking your own self. You are doing things to hurt yourself. You are doing all this, whatever you're doing it to yourself because ain't nobody reacting to that. What if I had a big fight with you? I'm sorry. That is the way I see life. That is what the angel of death taught me, to be completely open, to know that there is nothing to be afraid of. And of course, I treat people I love with love because this may be the last day that I can tell how much I love you. I don't know if I'm going to see you again. So I don't want to fight with you. What if I had a big fight with someone and I told you all those emotional poisons that I have against you and you die tomorrow? Oops. Oh my God. The judge will get mad, will get me so bad, and I will feel guilty for everything I told you. I will even feel guilty for not telling you how much I love you. That love, the love that makes me happy is the love that I can share with you. Why do I need to deny that I love you? It is not important if you love me back. Sorry. It's not important. If you don't say I love you back, I know I love you. I know I love all of you. What makes me happy now is to let you know how much I love you. You can live your life this way. By doing so, you prepare yourself for the initiation of death. What is going to happen in the initiation of death is that the old dream that you have in your mind is going to die forever. Yes, you are going to have memories of the parasite, of the judge, the victim, and what you used to believe. But the parasite will be dead. That is what is going to die in the initiation of death, the parasite. It is not easy to go for the initiation of death because the judge and the victim will fight with everything you have. Everything. They don't want they don't they don't want to die. And you feel are the ones who are going to die. And we are afraid of this death. When we live the dreams of the planet, it is as if we are dead. Whoever survives the initiation of the dead receives the most wonderful gift, the resurrection. To receive the resurrection is to arise from the dead, to be alive, to be ourselves again. The resurrection is to be like a child, to be wild and free, but with a difference. The difference is that we have freedom with wisdom instead of innocence. We are able to break out our domestications, become free again, and heal our minds. We surrender to the angel of death, knowing that the parasite will die and we will still be alive with a healthy mind and a perfect reason. Then we are free to use our own minds and run our own lives. That is what, in the Toltec way, the angel of death teaches us. The angel of death comes to us and says, you see, everything that exists here is mine. It is not yours. Your house, your spouse, your children, your car, your career, your money, everything is mine. And I can take it away when I want to. But for now, you can use it. If we surrender to the angel of death, we will be happy forever and ever. Why? Because the angel of death takes the past away in order to make it possible for life to continue. For every moment that is past, the angel of death keeps taking the part that is dead and keeps living in the present. The parasite wants us to carry the past with us and take it so heavy to be alive. So we try to live in the past. So when we try to live in the past, how can we enjoy the present? When we dream of the future, why must we carry the burden of the past? When we are going to live in the present, that is what the angel of death teaches us to do. Wow. I have one more last page. It's long, but I think I'm going to save this one for the next one. He also wrote The Mastery of Love, The Voice of Knowledge, The Circle of Fire, The Fifth Agreement. I love his books. His books are very life teaching, spiritual guidance on how to release the poison, the parasites within our minds and free ourselves and connect to who we truly are. God is love, and God's children love you. We are here to guide you out of this darkness, not to hurt you, but to guide you to free yourselves from your own mental entrapment. It's just so I don't watch no more tarot card. I don't do it I don't do it. I learned, I know who I am. I learned my lessons. I continue to learn. But it's people love to feed off of the negative energy. They love to feed off of this. And I'm up for positivity. I'm up for love. I'm up for forgiveness. I'm not in that world. And I pray that each and every one of you find your way. Find yourself. Free yourselves from this imprisonment of your mind. Because they want to medicate you. They want to put you. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're beautiful. You're powerful. You're a creator. You come from a divine being. You came from God gave life to all of us. Treasure your life. Treasure your children. I love you all. And I want to say thank you. And I'm very thankful. Whatever I experienced this last week, whatever I went through, I'm protected. And I know that. People are out there hurting themselves when nobody's doing nothing to them. Nothing. But praying, asking God for forgiveness, to release them, to wake them up, to let them see what they're doing to themselves and doing to their families. I'll be back tomorrow with the last chapter of this book. I don't know, I'm gonna just let God just continue to guide. But I am out because they're trying to disconnect. But I say thank you. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Transform yourself. This is a beautiful butterfly. I love this butterfly. Always, always continue to transform yourself. Continue to heal yourself. Continue to spread love and not hate, anger. Namaste. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I love you all.